Brisbane Wakes Up with Stav, Abby and Matt on B105.
I was really disappointed to hear this yesterday because I could even hear the stress in her voice. She did a video after being asked to leave a situation. Now, I'm talking about, of all person, a woman's health doctor. She was in the Virgin Australian Business Lounge. She had booked a business class flight just to explain that she really did belong there. Mm-hmm. And she was expressing, I believe she's got twins, actually. So she was expressing, she's obviously travelled for work or personal reasons and still wants to be able to feed the kids. And also you need to express.
For health reasons too, right?
Well, it's so uncomfortable, and you need to keep your milk supply up as well for a whole different reasons. She was expressing, and then she took to social media because she had been asked to leave and then go and do it in the bathroom.
I've been told that I can't sit here in the Virgin Lounge as a paying business class ticket holder to express breast milk because this is a private business lounge and we don't do that here, and that I must go and sit in a bathroom, in a toilet. So I did ask her, do you prepare your own dinner in a shared bathroom, a public bathroom or a public toilet? And she didn't have an answer for that.
I admire Dr. Elise Turner because I would have felt mortified and I would have moved. And I hate that I would have done that because just during that moment of just being so vulnerable, because for me personally, I kind of go, when you are doing something you don't normally ever do, which is taking off your top or exposing yourselves to be able to feed your child, it's still that vulnerability because we're not used to it. And if I had my time again, I would openly breastfeed. And when I say that, it's not like you're exposing. You need to give people credit that they do it discreetly, and at the same time, they don't have to. But it is a natural thing. And I'm not going to get into the debate about, breastfeeding versus bottle feeding. It's just keeping your child alive, whatever. But for those that can and choose to, it is a law that they are able to do it. And I get that people are uncomfortable. There are a lot of women that are listening to this going, yeah, I kind of feel uncomfortable. But have a think of why you're uncomfortable. Why? It's because you think of it as nudity, and you should question yourself with that and go, oh, who cares if I'm uncomfortable? I probably haven't seen it enough. And for that reason, there should be more people doing it. I had a lactation consultant come over for each kid because it's really hard. And I was in tears just going, I was like, why do I find this so hard? Like I thought I'd do it. She said, because we are a culture that doesn't openly do it and promote it and encourage and support, so that people hide, and we don't see other people doing it, so we don't know how to latch on. And she said,
so in other cultures, you see it from a child. You see a mother feeding a child, and you're like, oh, that's how that works.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
So you're able to, but because we sort of feel like we need to cover up, or we don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable, we hide it. And in so many places, I was expressing in bathrooms, and you feel gross. You're like, this is like liquid gold that I'm going to give to my child, and I'm in the bathroom trying to get everything, together. And I was more open with my third child, and I really loved it when you'd get people come up and they'd go, oh, excuse me, please continue, but I just like to let you know if you do need a glass of water, or if you did want another area, we actually have a dedicated area. But that was out of them understanding.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted you to be comfortable.
But if anyone has
you're so right, and what you were saying before about the culture, Abs, because I saw it with my wife too, and it's devastating because it is supposed to be such a natural thing for your child to latch on to your nipple and feed itself, and when it's not being able to do that because of all the social stigma around it, that it's supposed to be hidden and in the dark. It doesn't make any sense. Whereas, other cultures, Africans especially, it's always there. It's always out in the open, and it just is what it is. And we even get a bit iffy about people that give breast milk to other mothers that can't do it.
Yeah, I think it's because people feel uncomfortable because they associate it with the sexual thing. And yeah, cool, great. I think that's wonderful if you find it attractive. But the whole purpose of them, we're mammals. Like, that's what it's meant to be. And it is like, for me, it was the first incident that you start to feel this whole guilt and shame that you're not doing it right. Like, motherhood, there is a long list of stuff, and it will continue. But the first thing for me was this whole breastfeeding, because it was really hard, that you should feel supported. I just think people need to know it's illegal to ask someone to move. If you feel uncomfortable with it, have a think about why.
I wonder if they would have made her move had she have been with her partner or been with other people.
Great point.
Because I know if someone came up to my wife and said the same thing, they would not like the response at which they would receive from me.
And 100%.
And they know a woman in that situation would be a bit taken aback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She had...
Well, there was years ago when I'd only just started in radio. There was a parliamentarian who got ejected from Parliament for doing it.
Yeah.
Remember Kate Langbrook breastfed on TV?
God.
Remember that on the panel?
And it was so amazing. And
Yeah.
like, as a young girl, at me time, I was like, what is she doing? You know, like you can't do that. And then you start to go, wow. And I remember that. And it stays in my mind so much. And I admire her for it because she's literally, the baby's crying, I need to feed. And I was like, wow, that's so...
Lewis is in his 20s now. I was like, when I first met him, I'm like, oh, that's the kid from the panel.
She stopped, right? She stopped, right?
Just take a step back for all the women out there that have found it hard that, you know, like, we just need to support it. And this was another female doing it, and I get it because there's a lot of people think, you know, we should be private with stuff, but that's Australian culture that we need to get a grip of and go, it's hard. Support women. And I guarantee if anyone has been asked to, can you not breastfeed here, or this is not appropriate, it stays with you the whole time. Because she was under her shirt, and I used to have like a hoop. I don't know if you remember, Stav. Do you remember I had that
I remember.
thing that
Like
I had
a
around?
tent. Yeah.
And I had...
We used to go and hide in the production booth.
Yes, except we did do an interview once, and it was like... I did an interview with...
Production booths, porta potties at festivals, wherever you could.
Yeah, well, that one, can I just explain? That was a dump.
Sorry.
The old pump and
That was a
dump.
pump and dump because it's really painful if you don't. And
No
I was at a
judgment
festival.
here.
There was no way I was feeding that to you.
Everyone, that's what I would always talk about. We're like, is this going to be pump and dump night? Yeah, right.
Could you imagine?
I'd be like, is this alcoholic? I'll have some.
I walked out after being there for a long time, and hubby was waiting for me. He's like, are you all right? And someone goes, oh, well, I know what you were doing. And I said, I guarantee you do not.
All right, 13 10 60. Have you had an experience like this? We'll chat to you next.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
There was a doctor that was asked to leave the Virgin Lounge because she was expressing. She said she was expressing under her top. Not that that matters, but someone said, look, do you mind moving to the bathroom? You're making people feel uncomfortable. She posted a video just saying, hey, hey, hey. I know that you can't ask people to move, but I didn't know it was under the law. Did you know?
I just thought it was under the law of not being an idiot.
Yeah, I can't believe
Is
they had to
there
make
a
it a
law
law.
for that? Because that would be amazing if we really enforced that for all occasions. But 13 10 60, if you've been asked to leave or maybe stop breastfeeding, 13 10 60.
Hey, Nikita.
Hello.
Hey, what's your story?
So I'm a mum of 4 children, currently 30 weeks pregnant with my 4th.
Congratulations.
And thank you. I had my first at 22, and I had my experience being told to cover up when I was feeding my child at a shopping centre.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, don't be, because it stays with you because you think you're doing something. It's like you should be ashamed. Like literally someone's just telling you, put it away, you rude girl. And it's like you're doing the opposite of what you know, it stays with you.
It makes you feel disgusting
Yeah.
as well, the way that like they look at you and the way that they talk to you. It's like, well, I'm doing what my body is made to do to support my child.
Yeah.
And it was so wrong at the time as well because it came from an older couple, and I was like, I would have thought that the older generations would have understood.
Yeah.
You know, them having to do that sort of stuff and formula not being like, you know, a massive thing back in those days. But yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree that, you know, something needs to change. You know, like people need to realize that it's a natural thing for a female's body to do. And, you know, boobs and anything of those sorts aren't just sexualized. They're natural feeding instruments. You know?
Yeah. And I always think it's like you look at those people and go, hey, just so you know, this was you one day. That was you. Like you were the baby. And did that affect you, I guess, did you keep thinking about it, I guess, for the second and third child? Or do you feel like now you've become more comfortable with it?
I definitely thought about it the whole time through all of my pregnancies, including this one. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just, continue doing what I need to do for my children.
Yes.
Because it's my body. And if you don't like it, you can just keep walking away.
And you know what people don't realise as well? You should be supporting it if you can, because it's a lot cheaper.
Nikita, for your next bub, we had someone share this story on my podcast that she had a guy tell her to stop breastfeeding in the park, and she was so tired and worn down that she chased him and squirted him with her breast milk. Just to be like,
and that's how I met Abby.
I'll do what I want.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, apparently that's an offence, so don't encourage it. It's just...
I thought it was hilarious. I thought, good on her.
Hey, Katie.
We should have a breastfeeding party where everyone just comes and you just go for it. Everyone go. You'd have to time that. It'd be too hard to time.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do that for movements that have happened. Like if someone's gone, then they'll go to that cafe and they'll breastfeed. But I mean, I could pretend now. But hey, Katie in Little Mountain, what's your story?
Hi, so I was returning to work after having my first child. I was 22 at the time, so quite young. I was in a parent's room expressing on my lunch break, and I've go into the little cubicle, and a mum has asked me to leave because that was for breastfeeding mums.
Nope. That's not supportive, is it?
No, not at all. And yeah, it was quite confronting. I had my little lunchbox with my ice bricks and my milk bags ready to go, and she was just like, no, that's the breastfeeding mums. I was like, oh, well, I am, but my baby's at home and I'm at work. And yeah, she was quite confrontational, but I just, said, no, on your way, and I'll go and do my thing now.
Can I ask a question? Because I think when we talk about this sort of stuff, automatically you think that it is just males going, oh, you can't do that. But for women out there, do you get women telling you that you can't breastfeed in places as well? Or
this was a woman. She was a mum and she had her child on her hip. And I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. But no, I'll just keep carrying on.
Yeah, she probably doesn't. I think that was just more that she thought she shotgun it as opposed to actually being, which is a bit ridiculous for that. But I do think, this was a woman that did it, whether she did it because someone said that they were uncomfortable and she thought that's the right thing that she should do. But I also think it's a generational thing as well.
Lucas is there. Hey, Lucas.
Yeah, g'day, guys. My wife, when we had our little girl, she was breastfeeding in a shopping centre, and a lady came over and told her that she needs to put it away, stop doing it, go somewhere else, because her husband couldn't help himself but keep looking.
Jeez Louise.
Were you there with her?
Yeah, I walked over to the table and in the end stood right in front of him and said, now you can't see any of it.
That's so
That's
weird.
so that you can be that supportive.
Yeah.
It is, but that's the whole thing, isn't it? Where if you, question yourself, if you can't see that that's a natural thing because you are sexualizing it, and the comment, put it away, that's what makes you feel like, what? I'm not exposing myself. I'm feeding my child.
Yeah, Nikita and Katie need to keep doing it.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, thank you for that, because I think that's so true, that if we have people that are more comfortable, and the women that are now more experienced, encourage people to be able to do it whenever they need to.
I couldn't agree more.
So that's more common.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.